Hello, fellow humans. Katrina here. Quick disclaimer, I am a licensed professional counselor. I'm not your counselor. Anything I'm about to say shouldn't be taken for medical, legal, or otherwise advice. Everything in this podcast is purely for education and amusement purposes. That is it. So today I thought we'd talk about what I don't know about sleep hygiene. And there's this guide that I found actually straight out of a workbook called the Dialectical Behavior Therapy Skills Workbook. It's got practical DBT exercises for learning mindfulness, interpersonal effectiveness, emotional regulation, and distress tolerance. So, one of the things about emotional regulation is that we have to take into consideration our vulnerability factors. And I'm sorry, but if I'm hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, then I'm going to be more susceptible to intense emotions, as are most folks. So we want to make sure to get a good night's sleep. So this guide to sleep habits are essential for a healthy lifestyle. They don't have to be exactly like this. You figure out what works for you and do more of that. But here's some suggestions if you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. First off, avoid caffeine. That's right, for at least 6 hours before hitting your bed. Another thing to avoid is going to be alcohol, nicotine, or other illegal drugs that can mess with your neurotransmitters, because when you're going to sleep, you want to get into that REM state. And if we're not getting adequate sleep, then it might as well not be sleeping at all. So if you're using alcohol to sleep, know that you're not actually getting quality sleep. It might knock you out, but you're not necessarily getting the restorative sleep that keeps us going each and every day. Another thing to avoid is bright lights. So that's including the television, your phone, stimulating lights, because they're stimulating, it confuses the body. So especially don't use your electronic devices in bed. Don't exercise or eat a heavy meal shortly before going to sleep, because then your body is up and digesting and needing to focus on that rather than allowing time to rest, to have those maintenance and repair systems that naturally occur. Another one to avoid is avoid napping during the day, because it will make you less tired at night most of the times. Now, if you do nap, I do believe the rule of thumb is somewhere around more than 10 minutes, but less than 45 minutes. I could be wrong on that, but I wouldn't take a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day, because then you certainly won't be tired at nighttime. Another thing to do would be make your bedroom as comfortable as possible. Most folks prefer a temperature that's cool, and you can keep your room as dark as possible too, even using an eye mask. If you have someone else watching TV in the bedroom, you can put your eye mask on and have that sense blocked out. And you want to minimize as much noise as possible. So some folks actually sleep better with a little bit of either white noise or an old show reruns going in earbuds, or you might just try earplugs, then you don't get any sort of sound going. Another thing to keep in mind would be only use your bed for sleeping and sex, not for working or reading or watching TV. And in this way, your body will then associate your bed with sleep, not with activity. So it's recommended to not even have a TV in the bedroom, not even have a computer on your bed, because then it confuses the body to think that the bed is a place to be up and active and doing things stimulating. So another one, if you have trouble falling asleep, or if you wake up in the middle of the night and let's say you can't fall back to sleep, go ahead and get out of bed and do something soothing until you feel tired enough to go back to sleep. Don't just lie in bed thinking about other things or going through your to-do list. This will just make you feel more aggravated and make it even harder to sleep. Another tip is to go to bed at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every morning. Way easier said than done, trust me. But once you get in the habit of it, and I've gotten my body to wake up now between the hours of 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. pretty consistently without fail, I will naturally wake up within that hour time span because I have trained my body the same time every night and the same time every morning, creating that regular pattern of sleeping and waking that your body can predict makes it easier to get some shut eye. You can also use some kind of relaxation method before going to sleep in order to calm your body and mind. So, whether that's taking a bath, meditate, pray, whatever your jam is, write your thoughts down, use relaxation skills, or whatever the case may be. There's one called progressive muscle relaxation. And that is, or maybe it's, no, it's paired muscle relaxation. Okay, so this is a really cool one. And it is where you start either from your head and go down to your toes, or start at your toes and go up to your head. And what you do is you're going to clench every tiny muscle that you can. And when you tense it, you're going to inhale. And then when you exhale, you're going to physically release and think the word either release or relax. And then by doing that all through your body, you're actually doing a little bit of classical conditioning, and you're pairing the physical sensation of relaxation with that word, either relax or release. And that can just be a helpful tool in getting the body to wind down and get you to sleep. Sometimes people even fall asleep before they get through the whole body scan. So, like I said, paired muscle relaxation, inhale, tighten the muscle, exhale, think the word release or relax, and do that from head to toe or reverse, whatever your jam is. And like I said, you got to play around with it, see what works for you. For some people, the muscle tension doesn't quite put them to sleep. And so you might try laying on your side and doing triangle breaths. A triangle breath is where you breathe in for about 5 seconds, hold for about 4 or 5 seconds, and exhale for the same length of time, about 4 or 5 seconds. And you can lay on your right side or left side and do that for 3 to 5 minutes. Chances are you won't even make it to 5 minutes because you'll be asleep. Now, if your sleep problems persist, and if you can't stay awake during the day, or if you're feeling depressed, contact your local medical professional for additional advice. All right, today we talked about several different sleep habits that can be really helpful and increase your already healthy lifestyle. And remember, if you want to support the show, you can click the button on the website or Cash App Katrina Dragon. And as always, I do appreciate each and every one of you simply for existing.